Okay, we're live. G'day everyone, how you going? And thanks for tuning in or watching the replay later if that's what you're doing. But we are here just promoting the BuzzaThon auctions. It's been a pretty awesome first week and a couple of days. We've raised nearly $7,500 for Peter and his family to help him get through this current battle with cancer. So yeah, we just can't thank everyone enough, from the past players who are signing jumpers for the auctions to all the supporters who are contributing bids. And I've got with me today the wonderful Brooke Warren, the Buzza's daughter. G'day Brooke, how you going?
Yeah, hi Johnny, how are you going?
I'm doing super well, mate. It's always great to have you on. And mate, it's been a pretty big week, and we've got another big week to go leading up to Sunday. We're going to do a show on Sunday starting an hour before the cut-off for the auctions, so that we can hopefully watch a bit of bidding wars going on, and then announce the auction winners. But how's everything been going? And first of all, can you give us an update on how your dad's going? How's the great Buzz feeling at the moment? How's his treatment going? How's his health? What's going on with the Buzz?
Yeah, he's just gone in today for his second round of treatment. Not feeling the best probably, today, but just going through the motions, I guess. Haven't spoke to them much today, but yeah, he's hasn't been too bad considering, but yeah, he's enjoying all the well wishes coming through from all the great supporters, and we really appreciate everything everyone's doing. So but yeah, so hopefully I'll ring him tonight and find out how he's feeling, but not so good today, but the last few days he's had probably some good days, which is promising. So
Oh, that's good. That's good. So let's see. Had a few rough days after the first bout of what was very, very heavy treatment, and that knocked him about. Like you said, he had a couple of good days towards the end, and then bang, he's in for treatment again today. Coming out not feeling great. So it's just people need to understand out there with cancer how it affects everyone around the person who's also suffering with the disease. It's a all-in battle, isn't it? And everyone feels it, and it's a tough ride.
Yeah, definitely. I was saying, he's probably down to his playing weight now, the weight he's lost. So he's hopefully doesn't lose too much more. In all my years, I've never seen him so skinny. So it was a bit of a shock for me. But like I said, hopefully he just keeps on pushing through and fighting through. So yeah,
that's right. Push him through and fatten him up again.
Yeah.
That's it. Look, huge thank you, as I said before, to all the wonderful past players. The Carlton family is amazing, isn't it? And before all of this, and with Sam Doherty as well and whatnot, and the support he's been getting from current and past players and supporters, the Carlton family, it's despite the 20 years of misery we've had on the field, the Carlton family remains strong, doesn't it? They love the Blues, they love their champions and their players, and the support, it means a lot, and it helps a lot spiritually and everything else, with everything, just to help get you through that, and for the family. So before I rattle on about the auction pieces, let's just give a massive shout out to all the supporters and all the Carlton stakeholders and people, whoever you are, whether you played or not. Just if you love that monogram on the front of the dark navy blue jumper, then we appreciate your support.
Absolutely. Okay. I just want to thank all the past players that have donated all the jumpers and the signatures, and it just means so much. I can't thank everyone enough. Like my brother Brent, my mum Shelley, and Dad, we're just so humble. We really are. So thank you very much.
Absolutely, and big shout out to Kate Jezelenko and Goz Margetta out there, who are probably watching, and they've been doing an incredible amount of work. Kate's, as Andy Marr describes her, is a force of nature, and when she gets her mind put to something, you better do as you're told, or I call her the Ukrainian sniper. Look out. And Goz is just probably got the biggest heart of anyone I know. Like, genuine heart. Not about himself. Just doing everything he can to help Pete. So, yeah, good on you guys and Kate out there. We know you're watching, and can't wait to get them on Sunday. We're definitely going to get Goz on Sunday to co-host the big show at the end. But what I want to do is just give everyone an update on the jumpers. So at the moment, we'll start with the biggest name of all, Peter the Buzz Buzzasto. Now, he's got the highest bidding jumper at the moment. It's up to $750 for the signed number 4 jumper. So thank you everyone for that. Now, I'm going to rattle this off without looking at the screen. Buzz comes to Carlton Footy Club in 1981, wins goal of the year, wins mark of the year, highest, the leading goal scorer, I should say, for Carlton in that year, premiership player in the first year, gives birth to one Brooke Buzzasto, gets married in that year. Wow, wasn't that? I couldn't, and Mark Goldie, I couldn't imagine anyone coming into a club and having an impact on people that the great Buzz does. And this is what I really want to emphasise with people, is the impact that this man had at that time in other people's lives, because there's a lot of people from the new generation that don't know much about Buzz. You guys have no idea like what an amazing impact this man had, and how many members and supporters of the Blues that he created because of his charisma, his spectacular way of playing that everyone loved. He was just a great character, an amazing skilled person that people love to watch. Thank you everyone who's bid on that jumper so far. I know it's going to go crazy on the last day, but oh man, here we go. I'm going to start getting emotional, so I better move on to Doro. So we'll move on to Doro. Now this annoys me because Doro was another one of these great guys that the Blues recruited from WA, John Dorotich. Saw the talent, got him over. He was centre half back, amazing backman. 1987, Robert Wall switches him into the forward line, puts David Reese-Jones into centre half forward. David Reese-Jones wins the Norm Smith medal. John Dorotich is kicking goals. We win that grand final when we were heavy underdogs, and Doro was an amazing player. So John Dorotich, 1987 premiership player. We don't have one bid for his jumper yet, and I'm massively surprised. Yeah, I know. So if anyone knows their Carlton football history and you haven't bid on the John Dorotich number, have a good hard look at yourself. Because he is a freak, and he was a freak as a footballer, and as a person he's amazing. The show we did, the BuzzaThon, when he came on, and the way he spoke, and he's a beautiful man, and he's an amazing guy, and thanks for everything that Doro's done as well. So please, guys, that's one you want to get in a frame after you've got the winning bid. The next one, $217 with one bid for, and this is another surprising one, Mike Fitzpatrick. Not only is Mike Fitzpatrick a dual back-to-back, I'll say, premiership captain, he was just one of the great leaders around the club at that time, wasn't he, Fitzy? And he goes on and becomes one of the most revered and important sporting administrators in Australia at the AFL. Just an amazing guy with an amazing career, and always generous with his time. And he was fantastic on the BuzzaThon as well. We kept him on for ages, and he was brilliant. So that is another rare one. The number 3, of course, Mike Fitzpatrick. Fev, number 25, Fevolenko. Not Fevolenko, we'll just say Fev. This is a number 25 jumper signed by Brendan Favola. $360, 8 bids. So people are showing interest, but they're just chipping away with the bids. Like I said, this is all going to come down to the last day, I think. We're going to have bidding wars left, right and centre, which I'm pretty excited about. Now we'll get to the Fevolenko. The Fevolenko is signed by Jezza and Fev on the 25. Now, that is going to be a one of a kind. That is absolutely going to be a one of a kind. Number 25 jumper signed by Fev and Jezza. This is going to be insane. We've got 6 bids. It's up to $650, but I know that's going to be a big bidding war. So you want to get in amongst that. Greg the Diesel Williams. Well, what more can we say about Greg? He's just come back to the club again as our football director, but as a career, dual Brownlow medalist, Norm Smith medalist, talking to the past players, a lot of them say he was the best player they ever played with. He was certainly one of the players I remember for his amazing, accurate darting long distance handballs, left and right hand. He was a freak on the football field. Also another lovely man who gave up his time on the BuzzaThon, so thank you for that, Greg. We've got, with his jumper, we've got it's bid up to $280. I don't know why, probably because I've got an old phone. It's not telling me how many bids. I'll click on it. 6 bids. So we got 6 bids for the diesel. Again, I just think we're going to be heading towards a bidding war for that one, so that's pretty exciting. The next one, I'm just getting back on the page here because I don't know what I'm doing, is Harmsy, Wayne Harms. Oh my God, what can you say about Wayne Harms? Not only was he probably one of the most underrated footballers of all time because he didn't look like the supreme athlete, but geez, he was fast and he was skilled and he was hard, and he's obviously famous and well known for knocking that ball in from the chip stand in the pocket in the 79 grand final, which ended up in the hands of Kenny Sheldon to put the nail in the coffin of Collingwood in that amazing 1979 grand final. So Harmsy, one of our favourite characters, $350 and 2 bids. I know that's going to go up. And then, actually, I'm sorry, your dad's jumper has now been emulated in bids by the great Alex Jesselenko's jumper, the number 25, signed, and no surprise, because Jezza doesn't sign anything, and what a wonderful man. What a wonderful man to do this for the Buzz, and Jezza, if someone can pass this on to you, thank you so much, mate. It's all for the Buzz. $775, so he's pipped your dad's jumper by 25. But like I said, no surprise there at all. Absolute legend. 8 bids, $775 for Jezza. Jimmy Buckley, we got 1 bid at $200. Wake up, everyone. Jimmy Buckley, come on. I know that there's going to be a lot more bids for the Jimmy Buckley. People are just staying a bit quiet and laying low. Now, the only other jumper that hasn't been bid on yet, and this again is a massive surprise, is Kenny Sheldon. No bids for the Kenny Sheldon jumper. What's going on here? So we're going to give it all a bit of a pump up this week. Make sure that it's getting out there, because that is just a massive surprise, and I know that is going to go off and increase. My favourite player of all time and my hero growing up, Kenny Hunter, the great Kenny Hunter, 9 bids, $600. That's going to continue to be a hotly contested number. Now, Kenny, of course, came over with the Buzz. Buzz, the extrovert from the Perth Demons. Kenny, the introvert from the Claremont Footy Club. Kenny grew up around the corner from me in Carlisle over here in Perth, and I played footy with his brother Dave. But Kenny, there was nothing fancy about him. He's come to Carlton and done some training, and people are wondering, oh, where's he going to fit in? And then bang, he gets the best and fairest for Carlton in his first year. Incredible, 1981. What a year! And in the premiership, best and fairest in the premiership year. To many players, they say that's more important than the Brownlow. That's the highest accolade you can get, is to be best and fairest in your club in a premiership year. And Kenny does that in his first year, coming over from red dirt country. No, nothing about Victoria, just coming over, bang. Those guys are amazing. Your dad and Kenny, what they did. Makes me proud to be a West Australian, makes me proud to be a blue bagger, the whole lot. Cooter, we got 3 bids up to $300. Now, what more can we say about the great Cooter? 1995 Premiership star, let's just say massively unlucky not to win a Brownlow, but he was probably too much of a team player to win a Brownlow. But he was probably the greatest player, all-round skill, aerialist, athlete, the whole lot. He had the package for the Cooter, and he worked hard on his craft to be the best. We all love the Cooter, and of course, whenever Cooter went into the showers, everybody put their towels around their waist and went back to their benches. That's what they all say. That's what I'm sure he wouldn't mind me having a bit of fun saying that. Jeff Southby. Now he's got 1 bid at $200. Now, over 250 games, multiple premiership player, incredible person, wonderful guy. I've got to thank him for coming on the BuzzaThon as well, just an absolute legend. Only 1 bid at $200. Geez, I tell you what, We've got to educate some of these millennials, I think, and that's going to be my task this week, is educating millennials. Sticks, 3 bids at $250. What are you guys doing bidding $10 and $20 increments on the Sticks? Come on. The other great number 4. Sticks, Stephen Sticks Kernahan, youngest premiership captain, 87, premiership captain again, 95. One of the greatest leaders, probably the greatest leader, and I'll say one of, because you're competing with John Nichols, right? So it's hard, and it's all subjective and opinion based. But what you'd have to say, our greatest captain, I think he was an absolute star. Sticks and Buzz, Uncle Stephen. No worries. Well, look, when you get a chance to talk to him when he's not on a golf course, that is, it's very hard to get him off the golf course. These lockdowns, I know, must have really been killing Sticks, because he loves his golf. So the Sticks and Buzz jumper. So this is a number 4 signed by Sticks and Buzz. Good Lord. And no surprise, it's up to $650 with 5 bids. And I think that's going to gain some massive traction on the last day as well, and towards the end of the week. The Dominator, Wayne Johnston, widely considered the greatest finals performer of all time, the great number 7, the Dominator. He's up to $450 with 6 bids on his jumper. So thank you everyone for your generosity and for all your bids. Of course, the number 11, the flying doormat himself, Bruce Dool. Absolute legend, gentleman, wonderful man, shy, quiet. Yes, we don't see much of him, but people need to have a look at his early highlights to see how fast and furious and what a wonderful player he was, right through to his retirement. He was unassuming, because he just looked like such that everyone knew him as a flying doormat in the second half of his career because of his look and the headband and everything else. But you look at his 80s highlights, he still had it. He had it all right up until his time for retirement came. And what an absolute legend, much loved and revered figure at the club. $600 and 7 bids so far for his jumper. Thank you, everyone. Aaron Hamill, the Hammer, he's back at the club as our defensive coach. A bit of controversy, of course, when he left the club, but all water under the bridge, and he's back now. And thank you very much to that bidder who bid $250 to kick off his jumper, and I hope we get a few more bids there. I'm saving the best till last. These are 2 of my favourite people, the last 2 jumpers. David Reese Jones, the hyphen, $300 and 2 bids. David Reese Jones comes over from Sydney Swans after they've relocated from South Melbourne to Sydney. Comes over to Carlton looking for greater success. He's made an offer, gives it his 150% every time he crosses that white line, and certainly had white line fever. Most reported player in all time, one of the highest suspended players of all time, and often the reactor, not the instigator, because he always had his teammates back, and they just always caught him out, unfortunately. Now, the other thing about the hyphen, of course, we must remember, again, I spoke before when we were talking about Doro, that 1987 grand final, surprised Alan Jeans in the coach's box, switching hyphen from the wing to centre half back to look after Dermot Brereton, while Doro went into the forward line, threw everything into chaos. Hawthorn had no answers. Bang, Carlton underdogs win the 1987 grand final. David Reese Jones wins the Norm Smith medal, and the rest is history. He's also one of the most generous people I know when it comes to giving up his time. And while we're on this platform, I want to say hello to Cooper, his amazing son. I hope everyone's doing well in the hyphen household. And I'll save the best till last. I don't actually know this person very well, but the little that I've had to do with him, he is just not surprised me, just endeared me, I'll say, and that goes to Warren Wow Jones. Just an absolute gentleman of a man, with his heart in the right place, and really understands the brotherhood of Carlton as much as anyone that I've spoken to. Doesn't matter that he ended up leaving and going to St Kilda and playing some time there. His 87 premiership is the one that will live with him forever, and the bond and the brotherhood of the famous monogram. He understands it all. I can't speak highly enough of the time he has given up to help with this and other things for me in the past with social media platforms and stuff. So thank you so much, Wow. He's got $210 bid on his jumper, 2 bids. I was one of them. I kicked it off. And then someone chucked another $10 on there. Weak as piss. Come on, guys. Get on the wow jumper. So there we go. There's an update. Nearly $7,500 raised on the jumpers alone. There's been in the vicinity of about $12,000 privately donated to Buzz by some very generous people. Plus there was the My Cause page that Kate set up on the family's behalf that raised a lot of money as well. So we've got about $50,000 worth of money that's been really generously donated to help support Buzz and the family through this horrible time, which we know is going to come out this other side, and everyone will look back and realise that it was a time of strength and not such a horrible time that it might be feeling like right now. So thank you everyone, because your support is what helps these guys get through it. Brooke, I talk too much, so now it's over to you. Is there anything you'd like to say to everybody out there?
Oh, again, just want to pass on our best wishes to Doc as well. This family's going through, obviously, a really bad time as well. So, again, Carlton's got behind them. Almost thought about maybe shaving my head and raise more money for Dad, but I don't know. Look a bit funny bald, I think. But yeah, I don't know. I just want to thank everyone from the bottom of our hearts. Like I said, it's very yeah. I've heard lots of different stuff about my dad over the years. Obviously, all good things, and when people know that my last name was the Gusto before I got married, they were just like in awe of this man that's a legend and all that sort of stuff. And I said, well, first on first, he's my father, and not only is he my father, he's done so much for my brother and I, and so he's such a selfless man who's had some really bad luck for the last 20 years, and it's been devastating for myself and Brent and Mum, just sitting there watching, and trying to help as much as we can, but with you guys, your support, and every player who's donated their jumper, people walking down the street and handing my dad money, it's honestly, it's just it's very heartwarming. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Sorry, I'm getting a little upset. But yeah, thank you very much, and thank you, Johnny. I really appreciate what you've done. And Kate, Jessamine, again, I want to thank you, honey, from the bottom of my heart. And God, you know what you mean. You mean to us. You're all family now. Like I said, thank you so much.
Brooke, your dad provided so much entertainment and joy to people like me, and as an uncle to Kate, and as a friend to guys in recent years. It's just selfless acts that we should be doing to support a great friend, and that's what he is to me. And the joy people like him at Carlton provided for me. Now he's in his time of need, and we need to help. And that's what I'm just doing, mate. I'm doing my bit, same as Kate and guys and everyone else out there. We're thinking of you guys. We love yous. Guys, keep going with this option. We'll be back online on Sunday for the final show at 11 a.m. Perth time, which will be because of the daylight savings. Yes, 11 a.m. Perth time, which will be 2 p.m. I'll probably stuff that up. It might be the other way around. It might be 2 p.m. Melbourne time, and I don't know. I'll get that right on the next post anyway. Don't make me think now. I've just come off my beauty sleep after night shift. So anyway, yeah, I know, right? I still look like a head with a bucket of bashed crabs after 6 hours of beauty sleep. It's horrible. But anyway, thank you, Brooke, for coming on. It means the world to me to have had your dad in my life and remaining in my life and all those great memories. And we're right here to help you guys get through this. So go the Blues and go the Buzz.
Thank you so much. Really
no worries, mate. All the best. Get on the options, everyone, and bid. It's on there on the screen. www.32options.com/BuzzaThon 2021. Get off your butt, get on a bid, go the Buzz.